Are you ready for an adventure?
Because we weren't.
Hey, that's my line. Get back here, you. Ah!
Hey, YouTube.
Good morning. So this is my son, Hayden. Hayden, say hi. Or just wave awkwardly. Okay. It's really early in the morning, guys. I'm sorry. So it's 7:39 in the morning. We had to leave a little bit earlier than normal. It's Larp Day!
Yeah! Are you ready for an adventure?
Because we're not.
No. We tried to be.
We did, but last minute... hold on. I got other stuff. Last minute items needed to be gotten, as always. I bought a lipstick.
For his antlers.
Yeah. So this, we're going to try and put the antlers on it and see if that helps better. This is lipstick. It's black for the upper lip. I saw another YouTuber who did a deer thing, and her makeup was a heck of a lot better than mine. So I'm going to borrow from her. I don't remember who you are. I'll check that later, and I'll give you the proper props that you deserve, lady, because you done well or something. I don't. It's early. I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired. But we're excited!
Yeah!
So, we're going to get off because the drive is boring and nobody wants to watch us while we're driving. We're awkward. We do weird things.
True.
But we'll check back in when we get there and we're in costume.
Yeah.
So, my son Hayden here with us today. As you can see, we are all decked out in pirate garb.
I was telling him
Redonkulous.
about how I just sit there and complain because it takes forever.
Yeah, it took us 20 minutes to get ready.
So we got here a little behind schedule. It took us forever to get dressed, but we're dressed. We feel it's totally worth it. And luckily, we just ran into someone who says we haven't even started yet. So, thankfully...
Hooray for LARP time! We're not late.
Yeah, so we're going to go LARP now. And we'll try and remember to record some more for this video. But if not, as always, we'll talk about it afterwards. Hey, guys. So, as always, I'm John.
I'm Yev.
And we're joined today
By Bambi the Great!
No, we're not in character anymore. You're Hayden. So we're joined today by my son Hayden, who played Bambi the Great, if you hadn't figured it out. We're here to talk to you once again about...
NERO.
Stuff.
LARPing.
Lots of stuff.
LARPing. LARPing. Lots of LARPing.
This is gonna be the 7th event of the year. And we loved it.
Yes. Yes, we did. So first of all, it was a day event, not a weekend event.
Yep.
So we only have one day of stuff to talk to you about.
So hopefully the video is gonna be shorter. We weren't prepared.
We're never prepared.
But this time was particularly worse than all the times before. We tried to get up earlier. Slept in at least half an hour late.
I decided to get a headband for my antlers.
So they're more stable.
They are, because the strap that I was using just wasn't working. There's another YouTuber that I follow on Instagram now, and she also does she did some photo shoots of herself as a deer-like character, where she did her nose, like a line going down the front of her face here. I forget what this part is called. And then some upper lip stuff. I had asked her if it was like what she had used, and she said she didn't know, so I figured I'd use some lipstick.
It was really hard
For the upper lip?
because it's annoying to get makeup because I just told Daddy I didn't know where any of the stuff was because I just sit around and complain about it the whole time because it takes forever.
And it did. It took us like 20 minutes to find black lipstick.
There was just aisles and aisles of lipstick.
Ladies, I seriously don't know how you do it. Like, it's ridiculous. All I wanted was black lipstick. There was no one there at the Walmart thing to help us find the black lipstick. So we walked around for like 20 minutes going, I don't know where it is. What is this? This is blush or eyeliner or something. I don't know. We don't make up. It's not our thing. So anyway, finally, after 20 minutes of looking, I found black lipstick, and it turns out it's not even the smudge-resistant kind that I wanted originally.
Yeah.
Yay.
So halfway through the day, well, not even halfway there, like 5 minutes later, it had a smear. Halfway through the day, it was almost gone completely.
Almost gone. And in fact, I asked him, I was like, is this still there? And he's like, no. I'm like, I didn't care. And it looked kind of cool, I thought, while it lasted for all of 5 minutes. But we did it all in lipstick because we forgot the face paint. Not to mention we got there really late.
We had stuff for food.
We had to go to Walmart to get the lipstick and the headband for myself. We also hit some traffic, and then we had to stop and print off our character sheets because we made some like literally last minute changes when we figured out we had done some things wrong to his character. So we had to fix that, so we printed out character sheets for us. But yeah, so we got there late, but luckily, LARP time! Everybody was late. So
Yeah.
that wasn't so bad. Yeah, you can hold on to it. We got down there, and then I was like, oh, I didn't tape up my antlers, so now I gotta do my antlers. And they were like, why didn't we do this before? I was like, ah. So we got down there, we still had to change, I still had to fix my antlers, we still had to apply all of our makeup. It was
like
a
20
long process.
20 minutes of getting ready.
Yeah, it was a fun process.
Birthdays! Happy birthday, Dal! As well as Luke, I found out today.
Oh, okay.
Today's his birthday as well.
Well, Luke, you didn't tell us ahead of time, so no birthday wishes for you. I'm just kidding. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
So Dell is the dwarf of the baristas who run the grind house, and it was her birthday.
And she bribed people with chocolate cake.
Yep. If you brought her a gift, you got her a chocolate cake. However, I'm highly allergic to chocolate cake, so Dell, I take this as you planning to assassinate me, and I didn't get you a gift, and I told you that because I didn't want to die. So no assassination attempts over here.
He's allergic to chocolate.
I'm just kidding. She didn't purposely try and kill me. People don't hate her.
She actually prepared something for you. That if you bought,
Yeah,
did.
she remembered that I was allergic to chocolate, and she bought me ginger snaps.
Ginger snaps.
No, she made me ginger snaps. That's what it was. Unfortunately, I don't like ginger snaps. Sorry, not a big fan. It was still a sweet sentiment and a thought process. Like she remembered. I walked over and I was like, I didn't get you anything because I'm allergic to chocolate cake. She was like, I remembered you were allergic, so I made you ginger snaps. And I was like, that's really sweet. Thank you.
I got a necklace my character was wearing as a gift. When I approached her, she already had another necklace, earrings, and some kind of other jewelry.
She's a dwarf. All about that bling.
Dwayne?
Right off the bat, they call game on, and we got attacked by some really high-level monsters. They came out of the gate swinging this time. There were a lot of players, a lot of new players, and more players than there were NPCs. That's usually how it goes. However, this time there was a much greater number of players than there were of NPCs. So they decided to boost the level of the NPCs. So right off the bat, everyone came out swinging 20 damage.
And get this, I have 10 points of health and 20 points of armor. That's a combined total of 30 points.
I have 7 hit points.
I will get killed
have
with
30 armor.
2 hits, and I would go down. So you can see how powerful they are.
I have 7, but Daddy blessed me and stuff, so I
Well, that
have
came later.
37 all in all.
Yeah. We did manage to kill the monsters. A lot of the low-level guys ganged up, and we died a lot, but we were revived a lot, and we killed the monsters. And I looted one of them, and I got some really, really big stuff, like right off the bat. I got a gem. Here, can I show them the gem?
I got Jim, but
And I got a lot of coin, lots of silver, lots of gold, even a couple of platinum. Like, I got 2 platinum.
Wow.
Yeah. And I got a summon scroll for... Oh, yep, okay. So that's the back. There's a code on there so you can tell exactly what that gem is. There's no guesswork. But I got a summon scroll for a decay flesh golem, which you can use twice a day, and the scroll itself does not get used up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So it's like an item.
It is basically an item.
That's impressive.
so I sold it.
I did sold it, yes. I sold it for quite a bit of coin.
I think they're not for silver because it has
because I
gold
don't-
in
I don't really want to do a whole, decay flesh. No, not into that golem life. And they dropped some seriously high-level stuff, like components and scrolls and things like that. It was a fun day to be out there.
I didn't see any of it until later. Even then, they didn't have enough components to give to everyone, so they sold a lot of it to the town.
Which is usually how it goes. All right, Crystal Gem.
We were just standing around talking to Sir Captain, and out comes this red goblin.
There's a little red goblin.
So I challenge it, and I hit it with 8 normal from the back, and he says immune. So I use my right, which has silver on it, and then later on I get another silver from the left. But we don't have to talk about that. So I swing it to the back, 8 silver. He says he's immune. So I start running away.
So I hit him with my magic sword. He was immune to that. I hit him with a magic spell. He was immune to that.
Then I had to use a fire sword. He was immune to that.
Hit him with a fire sword. He was immune to that.
Sir Captain, I hit him with essence. Tried magic spell. He was immune to that too. We were starting to get worried because
I mean, he didn't hit for a lot. It was 2 normal every time
10.
he hit. No, 2. But 2 adds up over a period of time.
yeah.
Especially when you can't kill that creature.
So he's not afraid of getting hit. Get in real close and hit you from both sides like bear hug, claws and stuff. It was scary.
So I waylaid him, and he passed out.
We took him into the sea lion's circle area, and we trapped him magically in a circle.
Dad thought,
And Rosamund,
did the thingy, and she did like, and he thought it was baby from the gods.
basically, I thought she was saying that it was a baby from the gods. We don't have gods in Nero, but like you could say baby from the gods. I mean, it's a really powerful baby. What she was trying to say was that this is a baby, and it's being watched by something much scarier.
Is that what it was?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
From another plane. So we figured out that the creature could talk to us, and we found out what it was here for. We convinced it to go hunting for a pig with us, and fed it, and then it went away.
And it wanted to eat us.
He actually fought for us for a bit.
Yeah.
That it did.
It's really cool.
Which just goes to show you guys, you don't have to be murder hobos with everything. Sometimes talking your way out of a situation is the best way to a situation.
Yes.
Especially when they're immune to everything.
Yes, especially. Always try and kill it first.
Except for
Can't-
healing.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. We did find out that it had a weakness to healing, and any sort of healing spell it would have received would have killed it instantly.
Wow.
But
Which we because
Mommy and Daddy,
it
so,
had some sort of chaos infection going on, and chaos is super weak against healing spells. So the healing spell would have killed it instantly because of the chaos infection that it had, but we didn't want to kill it because its parents were a lot scarier. So then we were trying to figure out ways to like help it, which included some pretty out there ideas from myself. Apparently, I thought it was just normal thoughts.
What'd you think?
Well, we were trying to come up with ideas, and we were like, can we remove the chaos? No, we can't remove the chaos without killing it. Okay. Can we remove it and put it in a new body, like transfer souls?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like, did you really just come up with that idea? And I'm like, it doesn't seem that outlandish. Like, I mean, we revive people all the time. We put people into golems. Why not put this thing into another body? Like, and everyone was like, that's some serious level magic. We'd have to go to the druids. I'm like, then let's go to the druid. Like, I'm trying to help. Ultimately, we send it back home, still chaos infected. So, just goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention to who you hire to babysit.
Sheriff dueling. Bum, bum, bum.
So the sheriff got challenged to a duel
By a minotaur.
by a minotaur. Not
Prince Minotaur.
not me yet. Not me yet.
By a prince minotaur, who was all like, "I challenge you to the death for my honor back," because some things happened. We don't really know. We weren't there the first time. He kind of explained it a little bit later, but I was only half listening because pirate. I was looking at other things to do.
We don't steal.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So the sheriff was challenged to a duel to the death, which he accepted because he had no choice, and he chose to fight with a sword and shield. The Minotaur had a giant hammer, two-handed hammer, and was like, I'm not going to fight you with your shield, lose your shield, or we're not going to duel. just go home. And then I guess the sea lions, some of the sea lions knew that minotaurs are very honorable people, like very prideful, honorable people. And so she was like, "What are you, a chicken? You're not gonna fight because you're scared, chicken." And he's like, "I'm not a chicken, I'm a minotaur." Roar! And then the fight happened, and our sheriff won.
Good job, Sheriff.
Yeah, so he got to live. Congratulations, Sheriff. We're glad you're still alive. Our shenanigans are a lot easier to pull with you around.
Sheriff.
While the fight was going on, 2 of our players got attacked by a wolven.
New players.
Yes, new players. They were trying
Went
to
after it.
communicate with it and feed it. However, the wolven did not take kindly to human food.
Woven are not friends, people. They're not food either, but they're not friends. The wolf scavenger named Liam the Well-Meaning decided to go and feed it and try and be friends with it because he was a wolf and it was a wolven, which is kind of like a wolf, but like super wolf and evil in our area. And so he was like, "Hey, I'm a wolf, you're a wolf. Let's be wolf pals. Wolf pack." And it killed him.
I thought it put him to sleep and tried to take off with them.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah.
So it tried to, it put him to sleep and it took off with him, and then he had to be rescued.
Fortunately, they got enough people's attention, and we were able to rush in and scare it away up into a tree. Then Othello went after them,
With only a dagger.
climbed up the tree, started fighting it, died.
Because he only had a dagger.
Then somebody threw a health spell at him.
Yes, Onk had some amazingly on-point throwing during this section. He threw a healing spell and it hit Othello. He threw a death spell and it hit our woven friend, killing him.
However, the wolven had will to live, and when everybody thought he was dead, he got back up after a minute and was able to kill Othello again and escape. That encounter lasted for nothing.
Good times.
Yeah. Sometimes that happens. We're too slow. No. We also got rumors of farmers being attacked. One of the farmers walked into town, and as soon as he did, something burst out of his chest and started attacking people.
True story. Very much like Aliens, if you guys have seen it. If you haven't and you're not old enough, don't watch it. But it was kind of like...
It was scary. It was very
I'm
scary.
here to kill. Yeah, it burst out of his chest and he had 2 claws. And we fought, we killed it.
Then we tried to...
And apparently everyone who he had hit, their weapons, disintegrated after he died.
Suffered a shatter effect.
Yeah.
My sword, fortunately, rendered indestructible, so I was saved. My magic sword was saved. Hooray!
So at that point, we decided to go investigate because if one farmer's infected, chances are lots of farmers are infected. And this parasite, the only thing that we knew about it was that it's super dangerous and it spreads like wildfire. And we can't have that because, you know, wildfires are bad and they destroy a lot of things. And it's the same with plagues.
Yep.
Only they destroy a lot of humans, this particular magical plague. So we hunted down farmers, which actually sounds a lot worse than what we really did. We went and we found them, and they were all complaining of like stomach aches, so we cut them open surgically.
Yeah. Put them under, cut them open, took out the parasite eggs, destroyed those eggs with fire.
Well, we had one guy destroy them with
They
fire.
exploded.
Yes.
Which they exploded, and they killed that one guy every time. So we had to give him a life spell every time.
And we also gave the life spell to the farmer.
Yeah.
Because...
Poor Marcus died horribly because, you know, acid explosion.
How many times did he?
Probably like 8.
Wow.
I think he died.
He
Some of the
was-
parasites did manage to explode before we could get to him. And one of them had a 2-handed sword. I don't know where he was keeping it. The guy he burst out of wasn't that big. But when we killed that parasite, he exploded in a radius that equaled his arm being held out
plus the two-handed sword. So he had quite a range.
I was just out of reach.
Yeah, you got lucky.
Yeah.
It was like, oh.
Then, while the battle was wrapping up, my keen pirate eyes spotted this house with potential treasures. So I snuck in and assessed the situation. I believe another sea lion noticed the same thing, and we found this treasure chest. He went to try to open the treasure chest and got hit with a spinning blade. It was a trap.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted him to die.
What?
I mean that in the best way, dude, but you gave me all your valuable stuff and was like, hold this in case something horrendous happens because this is all of my valuable stuff. And I was like, okay. I have so much stuff that has just been put in my hands. If he dies, I get to keep it.
He did go down a few times. Fortunately, we had healers standing by, bring him back up. We had Othello blocking the swinging blade from one side, and he had the shield in the other hand blocking another blade stabbing at him. It was a smart trap. Very smart. It's like it knew. We couldn't take the box out, but we could open the box and take stuff out of it. So that's what we had to do. He took items from the box, handed it to me, piece by piece by piece, until we got all the treasure out of there. And I went and handed the treasure over to Bambi the Great. He was awfully rich at this point.
Indeed he was. We're lucky he gave it all back. Which ties us into our next point. We had entered in an agreement with the Sea Lions, who we have an alliance with. Apparently, NERO decided to try something new. In the previous games that we've played, how it works is that everyone who is fighting together loots. All of the loot is compiled collectively and then divvied out evenly to everyone who fought. This particular day, they decided that instead of doing it that way, it was going to be you loot it, you keep it.
Which is not always the best strategy for people who don't have the time to stop and loot. Like, we had a few people who fought and from one enemy to another without stopping. Because if they stopped, somebody else would die. And that's not fair for them if they miss out on all the loot.
Exactly. So we had entered in an agreement that despite the fact that the loot was going to be first come, first serve kind of thing, that as long as we were fighting with them, we would divvy up the loot, and young Bambi the Great here would hold it all, and then we would divide it up evenly among ourselves.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, I use the word evenly because we're pirates and we did skim a little off the top. I took 4 silver for myself, and Ace took 4 silver for himself. All in all, we took an additional 8 silver that we did not share with them, but everything else did get shared. We didn't want to skim too much because
we want to keep our good reputation. We don't want to get run out of town again.
we want to keep the game fun for everyone, and so being pirates, we felt the need to steal a little bit, but we didn't want to steal too much so that everyone else playing enjoys it as well.
Yep.
All in all, 8 silver, not going to be that missed. Especially when everyone in the Sea Lions is a much higher level than you.
It's the one piece of gold.
He stole a piece of gold, look at that. I trained them so well, my little boy. Yeah, we were lucky that he decided to give it all back to us. But he was made bag boy, we gave him a indestructible bag. And all the gold that we collected went into that bag and was divided up later.
We had a lot of new players that came, and they were cool. And I say that because I may have not been a new player, maybe. And also, we had 3 new girls, 11 new players-ish. Yeah, and it was really fun to fight. Some of them were the NPCs, but a lot of them were the new PCs.
Player characters.
Yeah. So
We had a few human scholars. We had
An elven mother and her elven daughter. The mother is a longtime LARPer herself, but it was her daughter's first time.
and she felt this LARP would be perfect for her because kids have a lot of energy. They like to run around and expend that energy.
And she actually made some pretty cool stuff. We took some pictures, so we will post those pictures.
Somewhere here, maybe Instagram.
Both.
Yeah.
We'll post them on both. But here's the pictures here now. They had set up a traveling shop. It was actually super cool. Little things like that always help with the immersion. We as brand new players appreciate it so much. It's really
Thank you.
super cool to see, and it gives us like new ideas, things that we didn't even know could be done. We're still learning how to LARP. So that was really cool to see. Part of her traveling shop was that she sold things like scrolls, potions, good luck charms, shiny rocks. I don't know what the shiny rocks did. I didn't buy one because I don't need a rock, but it was really cool stuff.
the lady's girl came up. She was like, "You can have this for free."
That's right.
Good
That's
luck
right.
charm.
It was free. I did, however, buy a scroll to cast
Yeah.
a spell with because I thought the scroll was really cool and I wanted it. And then it turned out like I couldn't keep it because she only had so many of it. So instead, we took a picture of it. But I really wanted that scroll.
Yeah. She hand did it herself. It's
awesome.
amazing.
Battle!
Battles! Gladiator battles.
To the death! Not really.
Almost.
Almost.
In character stuff, we had gladiators come to town. They came in, performed, and took away with gold. They claimed to be training people, and they took bets on the fights. And like good Garibaldi, they skimmed some off the top.
I unfortunately did not make it over to the gladiatorial fights. I wanted to get over there and actually participate and gamble as well. However, as the leader of the White Stag group, being captain of the ship and all, I was needed for negotiations for our foreseeable future. Trying to work out some lucrative deals. So one of the lucrative deals potentially that came of it was Sir Captain is a noble for a neighboring land that's the land that we're in is currently at war with.
Because of the war that people had to evacuate.
He used to have a town, but then he was forced out because he supports the true king, and this evil queen is like, I don't like you, get out.
You're a
or I'm
traitor.
gonna kill you. Yeah. So he fled to us and is trying to fight back to put the proper king on the kingdom. And so during the fight, we have pushed, our barbarians have pushed their warriors or whatever, I don't know, their soldiers, back to a certain point. Sir Captain has gotten his town back. Right now it's a ghost town. Nobody lives there because everybody had to evacuate. But he has invited us to move in and, kind of be upstanding individuals. That's not really what we do. We're individuals, don't get me wrong, but the whole upstanding thing, we're kind of like side standing. We do some good, we do some bad, a little bit of both.
Yep.
So we're going to see how that goes and what sort of lucrative turns that we can make from being landowners in a new town,
That should be fun.
among other things.
It's time
to
Duel!
I fought the sheriff.
First of all, it was a spar, not an actual fight. We did nothing wrong. It was a friendly duel.
I had two teammates, and they died almost immediately. But they're pretty good fighters. And then I was all alone, so I just started running around him, and my strategy strategy was if I could run around him and go in and go for an attack, but block his attack, and he would block my attack while wearing him out at the same time. Eventually, I could get an opening, and he gave up. But since I'm a pirate, I killed him dead.
When the fight was over and the sheriff was done, he snuck in the back and finished him off, granting him the new title of sheriff.
For the day. So yeah, young Bambi the Great was the sheriff from then on out for the rest of the day. One of the other things that we did that we find we do quite often, actually, is that we hung out at the grind. We did some casual role play, everyone sitting around having drinks and just kind of talking, and just enjoying each other's company at the grind.
All right, come here. Dangerfoot needs to slap you on the back. Dangerfoot, come here. Come here. Please normal. Just trying to slap you on the back.
You will not be replaced by the future this day.
Not yet.
Well, imagine that I'm swinging 5. Let's put it that way.
Or you guys could swing 0.
The traveling elf who had the wolf scavenger companion, turns out she's a bard, and so she read from a book. I don't know if she herself wrote the book or if she just had the book or what the deal was, but she read from a book. That was really cool.
And it was putting some people to sleep.
Yes. I think it might have been a magical book with a sleep spell. I know what I would have done once I put everyone to sleep. Stolen gold. But I can't prove that was her intent. There were lots of things to purchase at the grind. They make most of their food themselves.
Excellent food.
So they had drinks, they had teas, they had lemonades, they had coffees, cookies, cake, croissant things. I don't know. It was amazing, everything that they had.
Yeah.
And the best part is, like we've mentioned before, it's all in-game coin that we use to pay for everything. So they spend their hard-earned cash to buy and make this stuff, and then turn around and sell it for in-game coin.
And they're pretty well off.
Yes, yes they are. The fact that we hung out at the grind a lot kind of turned around and bit us in the rear end with a certain deal that we made with a certain set of sea lions about how loot was going to be distributed because somebody has a big mouth.
I didn't know it was a secret.
So Ace here, my second in command, who went around calling himself captain while I was gone, went around blabbing his mouth that we had an agreement set up with the sea lions that we were supposed to loot. Tam made us include the grindhouse in that agreement. She definitely abused her power there, throwing it around. At some point, ladies, we're going to have a talk. I'm watching you and your abuse of power. I'd be impressed if it wasn't for the fact that you were abusing it on us. No, we're just kidding. We love you guys.
It was a very dicey situation. I had to get out of there quick.
Yeah, because no sooner did that happen than the highest ranking lady in all of the game, Hayhoth's wife, comes marching in and goes, "What are you guys talking about?"
Nothing, I swear. She said it's fine. I'm out of here.
That's exactly how that situation went down.
That was a cool little roleplay thing we did. Thank you guys.
I spent a lot of time role-playing, like, negotiations. I was very political this game.
Wow. Well, your character does want more power.
That's true, but, like, the political strings that I were pulling were to benefit all of us, not just myself, which I found very interesting because our barbarian characters would not, like, my barbarian character would not have had the time of day for this. They were like, talk, done. I'm gone. But my pirate character is very, like, what can I agree to that doesn't require the most amount of effort on my part, but I get the most.
Yeah.
Because I want to be very careful what we agree to, because we are still pirates, and we don't have any strong allegiances to anyone. It's just kind of like temporary alliances that we've made. Like, I'm not trying to be any town protector or guardian or anything like that, but I'm also trying to get it to where we get the most out of the deals that we make.
Yeah.
Like, there were a lot of times where I was sitting in the grindhouse and monsters would attack, and they were like, "Monsters! We need guardians!" And the new mayor would be like, "Oh, I gotta go protect my people," and he'd get up and he'd be like, "Sheriffs, deputies, everyone go!" And everyone's like, "You're a deputy, right?" I'd be like, "Nope, I'm gonna sit here and drink my drink. They got it. You go, guys." Everyone's like, "Aren't you some sort of protector?" I'm like, "No, I'm not anything, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna enjoy my cold drink." So there were a lot of fights that I sat out, rather on purpose.
And if the fight got too bad, Ace ran away.
I did notice that I would look over and Ace was over there, and I was like, "Poor bastard." Like, why? Why are you helping these people? We don't owe them anything. This lemonade is really good.
Half the time I died, I was shooting to save your life. Thank you, sir.
So speaking of some of the creatures that we fought, undead were a vast number of them. We also fought some void creatures that were throwing void attacks. For those of you unfamiliar, a void attack is if I have this pen, let's say it's a weapon, and I hit him for 10 void, if he's got armor on, it doesn't do him any good. It goes right through the armor, and it attacks his life points. If he happens to have a shield, and he blocks it with his shield, it doesn't do him any good. It goes right through the shield and attacks his life points. So void is kind of like an insta-hit. There is no blocking it. And it's not a whole lot of fun because those creatures, I think the smallest creature was throwing 10 void.
Wow.
I have 7 hit points. And the guy who hit me ran up and was like, 10 void, 10 void, 10 void, 10 void, 10 void, 10 void. And I'm like, block, 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 block. And he goes, "You know you can't actually block those, right?" He goes, "Right to your health." And I was like, "No, I forgot that. Thank you. I'm dead." That was fun. We fought undead creatures. We fought an undead shish kebab. I don't really know what to call it. So it was a thing that was undead, and it had 100 arms. And then we killed it. And then sometime later, a thing that had like 100 feet came, and we killed that. And then sometime later, like 100 heads came, and they were like all floating together. And one of them was just screaming at us the whole time. Something about pain being the only thing he's ever known, and that is his life. Constant pain. It was a little humorous.
And frightening.
And so I smacked him. I was like, "Let me add to your life." There were some bears.
Badgers.
Some badgers. We fought a swarm of something.
Bees
Was it bees?
or mosquitoes.
Bees?
Bees.
For those of you who play Cards Against Humanity, you know what we're talking about. For those of you who don't, you're good people. You don't belong on our channel. But stay and watch. I got to heal people. So, we leveled up quite a bit. We were level 5 the last time we checked in with you guys. We're now level 7. Yes, thank you. What that meant was that I got in a lot of build points, and I decided to put all of my build points into my magic this time around, so I still swing the same amount of damage melee, but my magic just got a lot more beefed up. So I have tier 3 spells in both my attack spells and my healing spells, which a lot of people are telling me is a really unfun way to go about building a Templar, but I personally am having a blast doing it, so I don't care what they're saying. You naysayers, you know who you are. I'm not going to call anyone out. Kevin. I don't actually know anyone named Kevin, that's why I chose that name. So, but you know who you are, people, because you've told me multiple times that this is the wrong way to do it, but I'm having a ton of fun, so deal with it. So I can do a lot of magical attacks now. For a low-level character, there are a lot of high-level characters that put me to shame. But I can still do stuff, and I can heal. I now have, I think it's 4 level 1 healing spells, because it's a secondary thing for me on the healing side of things. Mm-hmm. But so many people were dropping, and there was only so many healers, that I actually got to be a secondary healer, and I ran around and I healed people. We had a reset somewhere around 2 in the afternoon, so by 2 o'clock I had used all of my healing spells. We reset for the day, I got all my spells back, and by the end of the day I had used all of my healing spells again to heal everyone who was going down, because we had that many people going down.
I believe Rosamund even complimented you on that.
Yeah, which, for those of you who don't know, Rosamund is our #1 healer. We also have Meek, who's an amazing healer as well.
But he's also a fighter.
He's a fighter healer. Rosamund is a healer. That's all she does. And she had noticed that...
She has archery too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she doesn't really do archery. She mainly heals.
Yes.
Every once in a while she'll throw an arrow. But mainly she heals.
Sometimes she kills things.
Sometimes.
By
Very
healing.
rarely. Very
Yeah.
rarely.
Especially the undead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she had complimented me, so I felt like a big boy. All right,
Mommy,
I'm growing
wow,
up.
I'm a big kid now.
Yeah, mommy, wow, I'm a big kid now. I'm growing up, guys.
Speaking of Rosamund, she has a new transform. I don't know how recent this is, but she can now transform into a swan creature.
A swan len. It's supposedly a creature from D&D.
As you may know, transformations grant you a lot more power, well, whether it's health points or armor points, damage you do, and we found out there's 3 levels of transformation,
Which we did not know.
Yeah, this is a new thing we learned. Her current one is the weakest of them all, and the most she's changed is she has this white mask as well as a head piece with feathers. It looks amazing. She can transform into this once a day.
I don't know exactly how the transform thing works.
It lasts for a while though.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
It
went
does
to,
last
like,
for a while, but
16
yes,
credits.
she can transform at least once.
When she gets higher levels, she might get like a cloak as well as wings, actual wings
And
made
she
of
can
feather.
fly, she said.
Yeah, fly or cover up and protect herself, which is amazing. We might need to look into transformation sometime.
Favorite moments!
Yeah, jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Alright, kiddo, why don't you go first?
Okay, well, my favorite part was the Red Goblin.
I thought it was the duel. You said it was the duel, when you became the new sheriff.
He has many favorite moments.
They were all his favorite moments. That's alright. Just
It was
go
my
ahead.
first time, so I liked the Red Goblin. He was hard, and I had to wailing him. And I didn't want to waste it on him, but I had to.
I also like the fact that we had to use our brain for that.
Yeah,
Like,
that
we
was,
couldn't just solve it by hitting
that was different.
it. So, Lonnie, thank you for that. I know you're watching.
Thank you.
And then I became the sheriff for the day,
Good.
so that was pretty cool.
They asked him what your plan was to deal with the situation. Some monsters attacked, and they looked at him. They were like, "So, Sheriff, what are your plans to do?" And what did I tell you to say?
I uphold the peace, not the taxes.
What?
It was stuff about taxes.
They were asking him what he was going to do about the taxes, and I told him to tell them that it was his job to uphold the peace, not enforce their taxes. And they kind of chuckled, and I was like, "Unless, of course, you want to put those taxes in our pockets." In which case, we'll enforce them.
And the Larp itself was really good. And if Lonnie is watching, you do a great job.
Lonnie will be watching.
And I love it. So keep doing what you do. Yeah.
Glowing recommendation. My favorite moment was since those insect creatures would infect farmers, they might have infected some of the players. So we had to get tested for possible entities inside of us. So there was a long quarantine line to be able to get back into town. We had to go through it, and I just arrived at the back of the line, so I would have to wait there in the sun for a few minutes to get screened. I came up smiling, grinning like an idiot.
This is not a normal grin, people, okay? I've known Yev for the better part of 5 years now. I know his grins, okay? What he did was Pinocchio's wooden, I'm trying to be a real boy smile, okay? It was creepy, it was hollow, and I thought something was wrong.
So he pushed me off, pushed me towards the front of the line, saying, "We gotta check him out first." And I did not stop them. So I went ahead.
Nobody put up a fight.
Nobody.
The ogre lady, she said to Ace about how he was trying to get to the front of the line by acting weird. I see right through you.
Ah, yeah, no, okay, I do remember that, but that was after.
Yeah, afterwards people started complaining, but not during or before. I just walked in, and they're like, okay, using my deviant powers of piracy.
It was actually something that my son here was doing. I was actually quite proud of him in this moment. This is the first time it happened, but it happened many times throughout the game. I had just killed a creature that was a very high level, and I looked to my left where my son was supposed to be, and he was not there. So, as a father, I freaked out for a second. I'm like, where's my kid? And I kind of stopped with the roleplay because I don't know where my son is. And I see him, and he's clear on the other side of the battlefield at this moment. And he's like watching this guy like a hawk, right? And the dude turns his back on him to fight this other kid, and I see my son sprint into action as fast as he can. He runs up and he hits the guy in the back, and he's like, 8 normal, 8 normal, 8 normal, 8 normal, and then he turns around and runs away. Just as the guy turns around and swings at him, he misses him by like that much. And it was a super cool thing because we had just gone over that like 2 days prior. And this was his very first LARP ever. So to see him capitalize on something like that, more than once he had capitalized this ability of his, was a very proud moment for me as a father, both outside the LARP and inside the LARP, since he played my son in the LARP as well. So Bambi the Great earned every bit of that nickname that we gave him.
The Great.
It was a good time.
Grab my weapons that I foolishly left behind.
Kale, what a bunch of pet came out.
It's not my pet.
Oh yeah. No, I had it. I have the pine cone. You need the pine cone? I need it. I drink it.
I look like a humanoid crying.
Oh. Wow. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you
And it's hard to get in there. Nice. Careful, honey.
got elemental death.
Stone Bolt's 50!
Next over.
Magic.
Hey!
6 over.
Seven normal.
I guess I'm dead.
I got him.
That's fine.
Who was another guy?
I'm gonna kill him.
Crash up his skull.
Lightning storm, 60!
Got it. Poison's down. I'll take him.
Yeah, I like that effect in this game.
10 points. 5 points.
Incoming! There's another one! What do we see?
Wait, where's the guy with the satchel?
Here.
Activated call for the dragon rep 80. Activated call for the dragon rep 80. This is for Banshee. My last one.
It's over, it's over.
Activated call for the dragon rep 80. Elemental void 30. No. Elemental void 30. Elemental shield. Elemental void 30. Temple healing. Call for the elder splash 90.
6 magic.
Stop.
6 magic.
Hey, where'd all the vials go? I just saw
Yeah, I just lost 10.
Hey, kid. Bambi. Bambi.
Ah, he's coming back.
What?
What did you get from him?
Magic attack 20 elemental void. 20 elemental void.
Oh my god.
Magic death.
Oh my god.
10 void.
6 silver? Run from it. Just shot void everywhere. I think I'm dead.
6 silver. Come on. Follow me. Come on.
Yeah, be careful.
I call for the flame bolt 40. I call for an ice bolt 30.
10 void. Got it. Magic. Got this. Go for the elder splash.
My stone bolt 50.
Magic.
I call for the magic missile 10.
Resist. Cover the lightning storm 60.
7 magic. 7 magic.
Okay.
31, 32,
Yeah.
33.
So it regenerated and revived last time.
Out of fire. Use it all on the giant
I don't know if it'll work, but we haven't tried it yet.
Searching?
There's a hole.
Oh, searching.
Oh, someone know the sign.
Don't run backwards.
Oh, we find the sign. Stand your ground.
I call for the flame bolt 40. I don't know.
Search.
Yeah, it's been searched already.
Moving out to your generator?
He wasn't regenerated. He revived. I don't know that. So last time people checked him and then he got back up.
I'm going to try something.
Okay. Well, I flamed him, so that's.
I call forth mystic power to banish you. Banish after they're down.
Banish after they're down. All right.
Well done, Neep.
Banish them after they're down.
Begin rememorization. Thank you.
So one of the last things we'd like to say is that we got invited to go back out to Camp Harmon, which is where we normally do our weekend-long LARPs. It's absolutely an amazing campsite that was originally opened and is still running for special needs children out here in Southern California, down in the Bay Area. The particular event is this upcoming Sunday, so you guys are going to get to see another video of us. We're going out there in our LARP costumes as our LARP characters to LARP with children who have special needs. The camp themselves got to see what we do, and they were super impressed by it. They feel like the children would actually really enjoy this, so they sent word out to the parents and everything, and they got some very positive feedback. So we have been given this grand opportunity to go out and LARP with children who have special needs. It's something that we're super excited about. We did reach out to Camp Harmon and asked to make sure that it was okay that we do film what we do, because more than anything, we want to be respectful to the children and the families there. Not everyone who has issues like that wants it to be seen by the world. However, the camp got with the parents and everyone was super okay with us filming it. So you guys are going to get to see us LARPing with children who have some special needs. We're all very super excited for that. The children are very excited for us to come out and LARP with them. We're excited to go out and LARP with the children. So everyone is excited about it. Plus, we get to introduce LARPing to more people, which is super awesome because more people need to get into this hobby, guys. It is so much fun.
Absolutely.
If you're watching now and you're thinking that any of the silly shenanigans that we do sounds like fun or could be fun, you need to try this. It's super amazing. Find a LARP near you, go to it, maybe reach out and contact the person to make sure you know what you're getting into because some LARPs are more serious than others. But everyone we've run into so far has been super welcoming, super open, super exciting. Everything is fun. Yes. And we're super excited for Camp Harmon, so you guys are going to get to see another video this month of us doing that. Hopefully we'll get it out this month. It is super late in the month, so it might be early next month that we get the video out.
And like always, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you think. If you want to see something else or something more, let us know in the comments below.
As always, thank you for clicking on our faces and watching us. We appreciate that because you guys could be doing something else with your time, so we're really thankful that you choose to give us your time. It means a lot to us.
And I have a YouTube channel too.
Yeah?
Way to shamelessly promote yourself. Alright, go ahead. What's your YouTube channel?
Deadpool Man of Year.
Deadpool Man of Year, people. He plays PlayStation games and just rambles off. He's unfiltered, guys. Heads up on that. I should warn you now.
And my Jack in the Box cup said Jack in the B.O. listing. Not Jack in the Box.
It's probably not super important.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
We're bad.
Yeah, we're always forgetting something. We're unprepared. We'll probably be doing this for like 20 years to come, and we'll still be unprepared.
I have hope.
Apple Juice is not sponsoring us, people. It's just me.
Apple Juice is not a company.
But you know what is sponsoring us?
Or is it? You know what is
You know what
sponsoring us?
is- No.
We're unsponsored.
We are sponsored by the letter C.
Wow.
This is not Sesame Street, kiddo. That's not how that works. Birthdays!
Happy birthday, Dell!
We didn't plan it. Let's do that again. Everyone, like, raise your arm and yell birthdays. Right? Okay, so ready? 3, 2. Birthdays!
And remember,
Adventures out there.
Yay. Bye.